Doing something that I didn't think I would ever be able to do, but I'm making my first floss tube. My name is Jo Lewis. I've been stitching for 40 plus years now. I remember my first project was, I was 18 years old. I don't know what made me go into the cross stitch shop, but I went in, and I thought it was beautiful. They had little pictures and everything hanging on the wall. But of course I picked out something that didn't have a display. I picked out a cross stitch pattern that said, "Let us be instruments of love." Okay, so I got a little instruction sheet. They had a little handout that they would give you, and it was the beginner's owl from Gloria and Pat, and it told you pretty much how to cross stitch. But one little fact escaped me. It said that you're supposed to use 2 strands. So I got it home, and I looked at the floss, cut me a length, and I said, you know, I think 2 strands are a bit much, because I just don't think that I'll be able to get this 1 strand through this needle, you know, this little small needle. So I went on and I threaded the needle, and I went on and did the whole thing, and I didn't realize until afterward, after I went into the cross stitch shop for a second time to get another project, that I had used all 6 strands on 14 count Ada. So my second project was a bit easier on my fingers, because I didn't have to try so hard trying to thread all 6 strands into that little needle. So we didn't have very much of a choice. I remember I loved quotable croaks, and it was pretty much charted. It was charted pretty elementary, but this is pretty much what we had. So we had quotable croaks, we had more quotable croaks, we had one more croak, and it wasn't until I think the first book that I ever was introduced to was A Gloria and Pat, and it was Notable Quotes That Count. And it had some, the designs still weren't that fancy. They had a thinker in here. I especially like this one, the thinker. We have 2 ends with a common length. With one we sit, with one we think. Success depends on what we use. Heads win, tails we lose. So that was pretty much it. So then we also had the even fabric stabber, and this is when I started getting into linen, because I wanted to make something with linen, and I needed some instruction. So we had our guru Jenny Thompson, and I bought this book here, and it was steps on how to stitch on linen. So I went on and used that, and that's how I started on linen. So I've really enjoyed the floss tubes that I've seen. I especially like Stitchy Mindy, or what is it? Bendy Stitchy, I'm sorry. Bendy Stitchy. I love Michelle. I watch her a lot. I think that's the main one that I watch every week. And I decided to start with my hauls because I've seen some really pretty charts, and I purchased several. I especially like, I saw this Mirabilia, the Gypsy Queen. So I went on and I got her all kitted up, and I got all I especially like the chocolate fabric. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh God, this is so pretty. Well, you probably can't see it through the plastic. I don't have any of the pretty project bags that everyone has, but I got this. See if you can see it. Oh, it's upside down. But anyway, I got this milk chocolate fabric to go on the Gypsy Queen. And then I'm kind of anal, so what I did was I got all the threads together and put them on bobbins. I've got Gypsy Queen, I've got Angel of the Morning. I especially like, I thought this was just gorgeous. But I discovered Glendon House. I guess I'm behind times, and everyone else has discovered Glendon House, but I found this one. Castle La Creek. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to be starting on this on the 18th because the year of stitching is going to start on the 18th. So I've got it all kitted up and ready to go. And I also found oh yeah, I also found she is so pretty. Come and Sit a Spell. I got her kitted up too. I found some wonderful fabric on Etsy. It's called Haunted. So I got that Haunted. It was 24 count. And I've got that to work on Come Sit a Spell. Also, I went through my stash and I found all the specialty threads, all the beads for Angel of the Morning. No fabric, no chart. I believe the receipt was from maybe 2004. So I ended up having to buy her, and of course they don't even make these specialty threads anymore. But they're gorgeous. They're actually made by Lavender and Lace. And I went on and bought, I bought them, like I said, I don't know why I bought them, but I bought them. I bought all the beads. I I just don't know. And it's just too far back. I can't remember what my intention was. So I've got her. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be having a giveaway. So I'll give you the details after I finish filming. But I thought it was going to be better organized than this. But I'm nervous. I don't know why. Because I can handle. I can control all this. I can control everything about this. But I don't know why it's. And I don't have problems talking in front of people. But I don't understand. I don't understand. But something else I discovered, I just love, is from Stony Creek. They have a pattern of the month, and it's a Halloween pattern of the month. And it started in May, and this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. So it's going on May through October. It's going on for 6 months, and each month you get a little piece of it. Like this is the first month. It's a horrific Halloween. The second month, which is June, Eye of Newt, and then it goes so on until you get 6 different sections. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 different sections. And then once October comes, you'll get the last piece, and you'll have the full bell pull. I thought that was gorgeous. And also, I found also in my haul, I found this. Like when you want to steam iron your patterns, or iron your patterns after you've washed them, and your projects after you've washed it in a little mild soap and then rinsed it out, and then you put a cloth on top of it. And this is a little mini iron that you can use that's just big enough to fit on your pattern, and it doesn't overwhelm the pattern too much. Now, I thought this was wonderful. It also works for quilting. If you quilt and you want to do the little swatches that you make, this is great for that. So I got that. Oh. And also, I didn't know what a needle minder was until a couple months ago. But I decided, let me look into this and see if there's anything that I would like. And I got these from Gina's Unique Needle. Is it Needleworks? And she's on Etsy. And let me tell you, the stuff that she has, gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. So I treated myself to 2 of them. That's a fairy cameo and a seahorse. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I got another one. It's a frog. It's a jeweled frog. And she sent me a little free one. That's the little round one. And let me tell you, the round one, I think I like the round one better than all of them. And that's the free one. But you might want to check her out. She's on Etsy. And it's Gina. And let's see, what else? Oh, okay. So I've got several whips. that I'm working on. The first one, the main one, is something I charted myself. It was a poem that a friend of mine sent me, and I loved it so much that I went on and charted it. And so it was called I named it The Final Analysis, and then I charted the whole thing, so it's pretty long. So I'm almost finished with it. Almost finished with it. So it's taken me a while, but it took forever for me to chart it, because I didn't really know what I was doing. And you're gonna laugh, but you should see. You should see this. This is a scream. All of this is the chart. So if I chart it up for sale, I'm definitely gonna have to make it smaller. And I've been working on Nala. I've gotten into the Lion King, and I bought these old kits. And this one is Nala, and all I have left on her is the back stitching. She is gorgeous. I love her. And I did, and I'm working a little bit on Simba. I don't have very much of him done. I only have a little tiny piece of him. But this is Simba. Isn't he sweet? So I've got that. And I've got another Simba. And this one is Can't Wait to Be King. I got quite a bit done on him. But I decided not to use the fabric, the Aida that came in with the fabric, with the kit. So I'm doing him on linen, on 28 count linen. So I have a ways to go on that. But I started all these when Stitch Mania. Oh, this one was also started during Stitch Mania. And I just love the bugs. So this was part of my Stitch Mania. I'm just about finished with him. I just love this stuff. Then I have, oh, this I've been working on for some time. This is an old whip. And it's Mother's Arms Mirabilia. I just love this. And this is how much I've done on her. I kitted this up years ago. And I got here. Oh, another Mirabilia. It's the Kiss. This is an old one. Oh, here we go. I did this on linen too. I think what slowed me up on this is, God, I hate Krennic. I hate it with a passion. But it calls for Krennic in the whole border. So I'm having to do the Krennic and make the border, and God, I just hate threading Krennic. But that's what it calls for, and I'm usually a stickler for following the rules. So if it says that it needs Krennic and I need to thread it to Krennic with it, I'm going to do it. So, and I thought I was better organized than this. Oh, I did the Amy Lee Weeks, the BU, and this was a kit. I'm not really, I've worked a lot on Ada, and like when I first started, that pretty much was all there was Ada. And there was white Ada, and if you got really frisky, you could go ivory. And eventually they came up with fiddler's cloth, and oh my God, we thought we died and gone to heaven when fiddler's cloth came out. And I love these. I just love the primitive look of these. This is Fancy That, and it's Heavenly Honeybee. And she's just an angel. She really doesn't make sense, but all the angels are alike, and like their bodies are made differently. But she has the outstretched hands like this. I don't understand that, but for some reason, I just love these. I just love them. I've got several Fancy That's. This one is called Folk Art Back to Nature, and it's also Fancy That. I think I love the fabric more than, I think the fabric has really sold me on these, because this is done on fabric. It's a linen, but the color is called Coffee Bean. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. So I haven't really done all that much on this one, but I started. That's all that matters. It's a start, and I will get finished. And I showed you all the Lion Kings that I'm doing. And they're designed by someone named Charlotte Holder. All the Lion Kings that I'm doing are made by Charlotte. And this is a sampler that I just simply love that I'm doing of her. And it's called the Rainbow Sampler. So I'm doing this, and I found some really gorgeous linen. It calls for a kind of an off-white, but I decided I like this better. So it's a hand-dyed 28 count linen. It's called Caribbean Blue, and it's a 28 count. So I'm doing her on this. And also following the line of Charlotte, she also did she did a Noah's Ark for just cross stitch. And the one I'm doing is this one right here. And she's real colorful. I'm really loving all these color changes. I think that's my newfound love is Satsuma Street, and I've treated myself to several of the Satsuma Streets. I'm doing Leo. I'm doing Emerald City. Haven't started them yet, but I went on and downloaded them. She had like a 20% off sale just recently. I believe it's for Memorial Day. I really dig this. Isn't it pretty? So I got that. And I got Cancer. I actually finished Cancer because this is my birthday month. I'm gonna, at the 30th of June, I'm gonna be a year older. And I also got, this is her new one called Cactus Cat. I think that is just wonderful. She just does the colors that she has in it. It just makes me, it just makes my heart sing. But this is Halloween Cat. she just must be a really, really happy person, because and she just sees the world with lots and lots of color. This is Garden Cat. Love it. Love it. Just love it. And she also had a stitch along from So and So, and I bought this too, and it's the springtime, and I got it in cool because I just love teals, and I guess I could have gotten it in the pinks, but I decided to go with the teals, and then once I finish that, then I'll probably invest in the teals too. Let's see what else I got in here. I promise I was more organized than this. Oh, I got this. This is And God Remembered Noah. And it's a kit, and I tell you what, it's an artiste kit. Hated every single color that was in it. Hated the texture of the floss. Hated the fact that it wasn't DMC or even near DMC. Now, the Lion King kits that they have, that isn't DMC that comes in there, because I tried to match up the colors, and every once in a while you're hit up on a color that's similar in the DMC, and it does list the DMC colors, but like this one here, this is a Joan Elliott. Let me take it out. It's look better. This is a Joan Elliott father-son, and it tells you on the directions. It says numbers that appear after the color name refer to the number of 36-inch lengths included in the kit. And then it says numbers that appear before the color name refer to DMC thread color. This is given for identification purposes only, as your kit may contain another brand of floss similar in color to DMC. Really? Really? So I would hate to, I've been using it sparingly, because I would hate to and I've been trying to use it like kind of like all over the pattern, so that if I run out of a color and have to substitute a DMC color, then it won't make a difference, because it will kind of blend in. But I'm also doing, I got another fancy that. This is Wonderful Watermelon. And I found this lovely, lovely, lovely linen. Kind of a light green. That's a 32 count. So I bought a piece off of eBay, and I was able to have several cuttings of it, because these angels are pretty small, so I don't really need as much fabric. Also, I got Lizzie Kate. I just simply love this pattern. Welcome, stay, sit. I'm quite a ways on it. And cute. So, a lot of these, it's within my wheelhouse to finish them. Finish them soon. And I will. And I tell you what, I finally broke down. This is a pattern I've been wanting to do like forever. You see that the cat in the aquarium? I just love that. And how that is accomplished is you get two different colors. You get two different pieces of fabric. You get the bisque for the top portion, and then you get a celadon for the aquarium portion. Then you stitch the aquarium part on this. You stitch the head and the paws of the cat on this. Then once you're finished, then you back stitch them together. You stitch them together. And then of course you trim off the excess, and then you go ahead and iron it. And you've got a cat over an aquarium. I didn't find this fabric because it's been discontinued in a lot of the needle shops, but I actually found it online, so I'm able to do this. Love it, love it, love it. I have and this great thing. This is done in the flower threads. I started this eons ago. I've got pretty far on it. Oh, upside down. I especially like working on this. Well, I had alphabets in here. Guess not. Yeah. I promise next time I'll be a lot better organized. Oh, here we go. Down at the bottom. I got the alpha bears. Let me tell you, I had to look far and wide because this is the fiddler's cloth I was telling you about. And I've got quite a bit of that done. Don't know what happened to the thread. I guess it's somewhere. But I decided to do the numbers. And Now, I like to went blind doing this. I don't know if you've ever heard of the twisted threads, but I'm really, really into the twisted threads. And this one says, "Listen, honey." Let me take it out of the bag. There's too much glare. It says, "Listen, honey, I'm such a witch." I love that. And I haven't started too much on her, because I tell you what, I like to went blind. There were so many half stitches and only have this much done on her. But for some reason, I think it was too late in the evening, and the light isn't really all that great in my house, and I was tired, so I had to put her down for a minute. But and I told you about the twisted threads, and I like these that have a little theme to them. This one I especially love. Pumpkin crow. Love it. They're little teeny weeny projects. It may only take you a day to do, but they come in the gentle art threads. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Then we have Hey Diddle Diddle. Isn't that cute? I like this one. Called March Hare. Isn't that cute? And they come on, you put it on the R&R Reproductions material, just little teeny weeny pieces. And even with the teeny weeny pieces, you'll have plenty, you know, left for framing. And this one's called Out of This World. Look at that. This one I especially like. Called Noah's Giraffe. And I actually finished this one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love it. And it was done in the gentle threads, like all the twisted threads are. See, we're almost down to the end. We've got Nighty Night. Cute. I just got them. I don't have very much done on it either. Just that much. Not very much. But these colors are just, I do love the Gentle Art threads. Oh, and we've got Penguin. Penguin. And she's sweet. So those are those. And I wanted to show you that I actually can finish something. Yeah. So this is my Satsuma Street. That's my Cancer. Finish that. And I think these are one of my favorites. It was a pattern. It was a just cross stitch magazine, and they're called clownfish, and there's 4 of them. All those colors just make you cry. Oh my God, they're pretty. Great goodness. Just look at this. I love these. I love these. And these were before Satsuma Street was cool. But these are called clownfish. And I did them years ago. And I actually, the person that does the mats for the twisted threads, I sent these actual finished pieces. I sent them to Kentucky, and they made me mats to go on them. So I just haven't gotten around to framing them, but I will get them framed, and I'll show you once I get them framed. This is another twisted threads. Isn't it cute? And it's on twisted peppermint. This is a Mosey and Me. If you watch Trading Spaces, Mosey and Me is designed by Frank on Trading Spaces. Isn't it cute? He's got a sense of humor. Oh, and this is another of the twisted threads. This is Bumble Bunny. Isn't it cute? Those little bees are to die for. They're little bee buttons. I got them before my cross stitch shop closed. And we can't live without Eeyore. I guess you can start seeing a theme here. I like color. I do like color. Oh, and here's another twisted thread. Listen, honey, the most difficult years of marriage are those following the wedding. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at those tennis shoes. I did that once. Shoot, I went to work with 2 different color shoes. 2 different color shoes. Not only were they 2 different color shoes, they were 2 different styles. Now, you know, I must have just been real tired when I got dressed. This one. Listen, honey, I've got enough money to last the rest of my life unless I want to buy something. She's gorgeous. So like I said, I do a lot of the twisted threads. I don't know if they're still, I think that's just about it. What's that? Okay. I think that's just about it. Now, I do have a giveaway. Like I said, like I mentioned before, to enter, you can do 3 things for me. You can like my video. You can, you'll leave me a comment saying, you can add the word morning in your comment, and subscribe. And if you do those 3 things, you'll be entered into the giveaway. And this is what I'll be sending to one lucky winner. I bought an extra Angel of the Morning. So now there's a little teeny weeny tear here because I bought it off of eBay, and when she wrapped it so well, a little bit of the tape stuck to it and it kind of tore, but it isn't used. It's from a cross stitch shop called Needle in a Haystack. And I'll be sending this to one lucky winner. And I think that about does it. Now I'm not nervous anymore. Oh, and I'm sure that this is my first video, so I know it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. But I think I'll get the hang of it once I keep making them. Well, so long, and this is June 17th. It's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to you fathers. Now, I'll be making another one probably next Sunday, and I'll be announcing who the contest winners are. Winner is, I'm sorry. And now on Tuesday, get my colonoscopy. So so hopefully I'll have like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to gather up some stuff to talk to you all about. But so long, and thank you for watching.